It is the winter of 1801. A man named Lockwood has rented Thrushcross Grange in North England's moors for some peace and recuperation. Which is ironic, really, given what happens next.
It's freezing in here, Nellie. Do you think we could have a fire today?
Oh, I'm afraid not, Mr. Lockwood. Heathcliff charges extra to use the fireplace.
What? This place is already costing a fortune to rent. Now I have to pay extra just to stay warm?
Heathcliff is your landlord, sir. He gets to make the rules.
Well, expository dialogue won't keep me warm. What does it cost to use the fireplace?
2% every evening.
But I'm here for 4 months. In the middle of winter.
Mr. Lockwood, did you actually read the rental agreement before you signed it?
I, have to talk with my landlord. Maybe we can work something out.
Dear me, sir, don't you cross Heathcliff. Why not stay and enjoy a lovely tea-flavoured popsicle?
I'll be back, as soon as I'm allowed to light a fire without going broke.
I might be waiting for quite a while.
Okay, no problem. A short walk to Wuthering Heights and a quick chat with Heathcliff. With any luck, he'll be reasonable. Ah, here we are. Wuthering Heights. Could you let me in, good sir? I have business with Heathcliff.
Surely you're thinking me has to be earning, eh, lad?
What? Could you say that again?
Oh, winna banillicanor, Keona nappers?
I don't understand a word you just said. Can you take me to Heathcliff?
Joseph, why don't you get lunch ready? I'll handle this.
Oh yeah, riz biz.
Hey, I'm Harriton. Come inside for a bit.
Thanks. So what language does your servant speak?
Oh, English. He's just unintelligible. Wait here, okay? I'll see whether Heathcliff's in the mood for visitors.
Thank you.
Either way, you're probably in for it.
I think I just made a friend.
Why, hello there.
Eh?
I thought I heard a new voice.
Oh, hi.
My name's Catherine. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. I'm Lockwood. Wow, she's cute.
Tell me, Mr. Lockwood, what do you think of the moors so far?
Well, so far I know a maid named Nellie, a landlord named Heathcliff, a servant named Joseph, a jaded guy named Harriton, and a pretty girl named Catherine. Which has me wondering,
Yes?
how many characters will I have to keep track of in this plot anyway?
Shh. You know it's bad form to break the fourth wall.
All right, who's giggling in there?
Huh?
Gotta go. It was nice meeting you, Lockwood. Be careful with Heathcliff.
So you just barged in here to make Catherine laugh, eh? Are you some sort of comedian?
Me? No, I'm not a comedian.
Hey, I didn't ask for your life story. And if you're looking for shelter or something, you can beat it.
I'm not looking for shelter. In fact,
I'm not this, I'm not that. You're just gonna argue with everything I say, aren't you?
no, I'm not. I mean, well, only if
Checkmate, sucker! So spit it out. What do you want?
it's my rental agreement says at Thrushcross Grange.
Ha, you're staying there. Now I know you're a loser.
Well, what about you? You own the place.
You're also a smartmouth. Get out.
What? But I haven't...
Scram, vamoose! Take your giggles elsewhere.
So, what happened?
I'm not actually sure, but it was really unpleasant.
Well, let's not dwell on it. In lieu of a fire, I'll prepare a lovely candle to warm you up.
Maybe I'll go back tomorrow and visit Catherine.
Dear me, sir, I really wouldn't. It doesn't pay to cross Heathcliff.
Aw, what's with that guy anyway?
I couldn't say, Mr. Lockwood. He's always been like that.
Really? How long have you known him?
Oh, since he first came here. Would you like to hear the story?
Anything that takes my mind off freezing works for me.
Very well. It began years ago. I was still a servant at Wuthering Heights. Back then, Wuthering Heights was owned by a man named Mr. Earnshaw. He had 2 children, a son named Henley and a daughter named Catherine. In case you were wondering, by the way, this isn't your Catherine, it's her mother.
Catherine's mother is named Catherine?
Exactly.
Great. That won't be confusing at all.
Glad to hear it. But getting back to Mr. Earnshaw. One day, Mr. Earnshaw returned from a trip with an orphan, Heathcliff. Mr. Earnshaw claimed he was a door prize at a carnival ring toss game. At any rate, he adopted Heathcliff as his son. Mr. Earnshaw spoiled Heathcliff, putting him ahead of his own children. Don't ask me why he did that. I'm a maid, not a mind reader. The point is, Heathcliff took full advantage of being spoiled. He bullied Henley to get whatever he wanted. As for Catherine, she'd side with whoever had the upper hand, which was usually Heathcliff. Really, in some ways, she was as nasty as he was. Years passed that way. Eventually, Henley went away to college. While he was there, he married a woman named Frances. Remember her, she's critical to this story. Things took an unexpected turn after that. Mr. Earnshaw passed away, leaving Henley as the master of Wuthering Heights.
Aw, that's kinda sad. How did Mr. Earnshaw die?
If you must know, he choked on a mint. Anyways, Henley took advantage of his change in fortune. He made Heathcliff a servant, and he didn't treat Catherine much better. He drank a lot too. I mean, really, try to imagine this. Heathcliff, an infernal bully and scoundrel. Henley, a vengeful, drunken little troll. And Catherine siding with whoever seemed to be winning on that particular day. All under one roof.
Wow, which of them do I hate the least?
I know, right? And I had to live there. Sorry to yell like that, but it was a bad time for everyone. Still, I remember one incident in particular. It set the stage for everything that followed. Heathcliff and Catherine had gone to pester their neighbours at Thrushcross Grange, the very place where you're staying right now.
What happened to the neighbours who lived here?
Yes, well, we'll get to that. Heathcliff and Catherine bumped into Edgar Linton and his sister Isabella Linton. Edgar was the master of Thrushcross Grange, but he'd never gone up against the likes of Heathcliff.
So, Edgar,
Yes?
I noticed that you had some guard dogs. Is that because you're a wimp?
Of course not. The dogs are just for Isabella's protection.
So, you're too wimpy to protect her yourself?
Well, I never.
Maybe if you did, you wouldn't be such a wimp.
Oh, how dare you!
You're just making it worse, Ed. What kind of wimpy retort is that?
Oh yeah? Well, would a wimpy man sick his dogs on both of you?
You're the wimpy man. You tell me.
Rippy! Nash! Bite these intruders!
Rippy?
Nash?
Every antagonist for himself.
Hey, wait for me! Heathcliff? Where are you? Help me!
Whew, that was too close. Another few seconds and they'd have had me.
Oh, you poor thing. Edgar, we must look after her.
Of course, sister. I acted rashly. I only wanted to punish that insolent man.
You know, Edgar. She's around your age, and she's pretty too.
Let's not get carried away, Isabella. Now, first things first, we need to get a stretcher to carry her inside.
I'm just saying, maybe she'll grow to like you.
Huh. Maybe I didn't think that one all the way through. Oh well, she'll never fall for that wimp.
Later that day, when Heathcliff returned to Wuthering Heights...
There you are. Where's Catherine, you little troll?
It's like this, Hindley. The Linton dogs use Catherine as a chew toy, and I let it happen. She's probably recovering at their place right now. Do you have a problem with that?
As a matter of fact, Heathcliff, you did perfectly.
What?
You see, Edgar has already expressed some interest in Catherine, and your actions today will doubtlessly push her toward him. And not to mention away from you.
Dang it!
I know you're interested in her, Heathcliff. And as an adopted child, you're probably eligible to marry her. But I'm gonna make sure that that never happens. I tell you what, though, you're still my servant at Wuthering Heights. So you can serve them lunch when they get back.
For Minotaur and Zax, then?
Yes, Joseph, you can have the day off.
A few days passed.
Why, Catherine, you're looking well.
Yes, I've quite recovered from my injuries. Not to mention my uncouth, tomboyish past.
I'm glad to hear it. Heathcliff, get out here!
Oh, are you serving us today, Heathcliff? I hope there won't be any uncouth behavior.
Shall we go in?
I may be uncouth, but at least my face isn't covered in hot applesauce.
I beg your pardon? My face isn't. Well, this is awkward.
Heathcliff!
That was entirely inappropriate.
It was entirely worth it.
So, is everyone in the story gonna be this utterly miserable?
Not at all. It gets even worse. Why, just a few months later, Hindley's wife Frances died in childbirth.
Now, wait just a minute. How can Frances already be dead? You told me earlier that Frances is critical to this story.
Oh, did I really say that? I meant to say that Frances is insignificant to this story. Sorry about that. I'll never forget what Hindley said to me that day. Nellie, raise baby Hareton for me. I'm going to get drunk and wallow in self-pity for the next few decades.
You know, I still can't figure out if this story is a tragedy, a comedy, or a total farce.
It's a comedy that makes a total farce out of tragedy. Now, where was I? Ah yes, the so-called love triangle between Heathcliff, Catherine and Edgar. Well, Heathcliff could see that he would soon lose Catherine to Edgar, so he decided to confront her about it. Of course, Heathcliff only has one approach to confrontation. Acting like a jerk. It went like this.
So, you and Edgar are getting pretty chummy.
Oh, yes? Well, I'm afraid that compared to Edgar, you're ignorant and dull.
Oh, come off it. Anyway, you're weak and frail.
I am not.
Is it the 1800s?
Well, yes.
Are you a woman?
Of course.
Then you're weak and frail.
Heathcliff, listen to me. I know that we're kindred spirits. We can understand each other on a deep level. Probably because we're both equally terrible. We make perfect partners in crime, after all. In fact, we could make life miserable for anyone who opposed us as a united front. But you're just a servant, and Edgar has truckloads of money, so I'm marrying him instead.
What? So now you're siding against me? Well, I'll show you. I'm leaving Wuthering Heights, and I'll return with an even bigger truckload of money than Edgar's. And I'll use it to make your lives miserable.
Well, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Then enjoy your happiness while it lasts, you wench. I'll be back.
I'm still marrying Edgar!
La la la, I can't hear you.
Wow.
Tell me about it.
And did Catherine end up marrying Edgar?
Oh yes, she went off to live at Thrushcross Grange and took me with her as her servant.
One other thing. You said that Edgar and Catherine were about the same age, but Edgar was already the master of Thrushcross Grange. What happened to his parents?
Well, they'd gone on a cruise, but their boat was swallowed up by a black hole.
A black hole? Come on, really?
It happened all the time back then.
It did not.
Navigation was still in its infancy.
I can't believe that you're actually trying to sell this.
Truth is stranger than fiction?
Oh, never mind. What happened next?
Well, it wasn't long afterward that Catherine had a baby. Unfortunately, her true colours were already starting to show through.
Let's name our baby girl Catherine.
May I say something, dear?
Hey, do you have something against the name Catherine?
Oh, of course not. It's just that, well, it might be a little confusing when your name is also Catherine, and,
I'm gonna name her Edgar if you keep this up.
Catherine it is.
Thank you, dear.
4 years later, something happened that would shake both Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange to their foundations. Heathcliff returned.
Heathcliff, you're back.
Yes, and now I'm worth 5 times more than Edgar.
Now wait just a darn minute. How could a scheming little malcontent like Heathcliff get rich so quickly?
I don't know. Presumably from a legitimate source of income. Mind you, when I think back to some of the headlines from around that time. Nah, Heathcliff couldn't have been behind all of that. Probably. Well, maybe. At any rate, where was I? Oh yes, Heathcliff's return.
Isabella, you remember Heathcliff, don't you?
Oh, yes, brother. So, where are you staying these days?
Oh, I'm back in Wuthering Heights with Hindley.
But don't you and Hindley still hate each other?
Yeah, probably. But Hindley likes to keep me around as a gambling buddy. The poor sap probably thinks he can win my fortune from me. But here's the punchline. Hindley only plays when he's drunk. I don't even bother to shuffle the deck anymore. I've won the exact same hand dozens of times and he still hasn't noticed. Yes, sir, every day I'm a little richer. Can you say that, Edgar?
How clever.
How despicable.
How dashing.
How dashing, eh? That gives me an idea. Why, Isabella, how could I have forgotten you, the prettiest flower on the moor?
Oh, Heathcliff. Hey, why are you flirting with my sister-in-law? You should be flirting with me.
What was that?
On that note, I should head back to Wuthering Heights and win more of Hindley's money. Isabella, I'll see you later.
Oh, Heathcliff.
Isabella, I know you're a little starstruck right now, but please listen. You've led a sheltered life. A bad boy like Heathcliff will never be able to make you happy.
Prettiest flower on the moor.
Oh, for... Catherine, help me out here. Heathcliff's abandoned you to the dogs before, right? Literally. He's not someone that you'd want to marry.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, I'm going to elope with Heathcliff right now.
Isabella, wait. Don't go with Heathcliff, please.
Yeah, I wanted to marry him.
You're already married to me.
Yeah, but now Heathcliff has more money and power than you. He's winning.
Oh, come on. If you ever actually married Heathcliff, you'd probably kill each other in the first week.
So?
So, I've actually tried to make you happy in life. Heathcliff never did. I mean, what would you rather have? Happiness or a little extra money and power? Try not to think too hard about this. Well, that was unexpected.
Actually, stories from this time period are famous for killing off useless or evil characters. Why, Charles Dickens did that all the time.
I don't think people ever explode in Dickens.
What about the character Crook from Bleak House?
Yeah, but that's... Okay, fine. Well, what happened with Heathcliff and Isabella? Did she actually marry him?
That's actually the best part of the story, believe it or not. You see, things didn't go quite the way that Heathcliff had planned. Heathcliff tried to marry Isabella that very day. They were both unaware of Catherine's cremation.
And now we come to the vows. Do you, Heathcliff, take Isabella? Once I've married Isabella, I can make her life miserable and my revenge upon Edgar will begin.
Dude, ever heard of thought bubbles?
Wait, did I say that out loud?
The wedding is off, you scoundrel!
Ow! Thorns!
I'm going to leave this stupid plot and live somewhere less poisonous.
Well, easy come, easy go. Huh? What are you doing here, Joseph?
Catherine explode and I enter Mason smock.
What? Catherine has exploded?
Aye, and a Hindley comes an enemy murderous.
You're right. If Hindley blames me for this, he'll probably try to kill me. I'd better start packing.
The story's really looking up now, eh?
It's true. Heathcliff's plans against the Linton family were ruined, and he was about to go on the run. Unfortunately, that's when things took a turn for the worse. You see, at this point, Hindley had actually gambled away his entire fortune to Heathcliff. Between that and Catherine's explosion, well, it pushed him over the edge. Hindley vowed to kill Heathcliff in a drunken rage.
You mean that Hindley made the vow when he was in a drunken rage, right?
No, I mean that Hindley vowed to get into a drunken rage, followed by killing Heathcliff. Most of his plans began with getting drunk. It all happened so quickly.
I just need to get a few things. Keep an eye out for Hindley.
Heathcliff! I'm gonna shoot you! Die, Heathcliff!
Seriously? Hindley died because he pointed the gun the wrong way?
Well, drinking and assassinations don't mix. It gets worse too. Because of Hindley's gambling debts, Heathcliff became the legal owner of Wuthering Heights. He even made Hindley's son Hareton a servant there. And deep in the cellars of Wuthering Heights, Heathcliff made a secret clone of himself called Linton. Ooh, scary, eh?
This is the worst story ever. And anyway, why would Heathcliff name his clone Linton? He hates Edgar Linton and the whole Linton family.
I don't know. Maybe he thought it would be ironic or something. What can I say? Heathcliff is an idiot.
Agreed. So, what happened next in this tale of woe?
Actually, for many years, nothing. Heathcliff stayed holed up in Wuthering Heights and raised his clone Linton. Meanwhile, Edgar raised baby Catherine at Thrushcross Grange. Of course, Edgar warned her not to go near Wuthering Heights.
Wow, so entire years passed by without any pointless death or melodrama? How did you even cope?
It took some getting used to, that's for sure. I mean, it was day after day with almost no misery at all. Still, you can get used to almost anything.
Right. So when did the axe fall on your happy little parade?
Not more than a year ago. It turns out that Heathcliff had been plotting the whole time, and at the centre of that plot was his clone, Linton.
Hi, Catherine.
Oh,
I'm Linton from Wuthering Heights. Would you like to see Wuthering Heights someday?
not really. My father says that an evil man named Heathcliff lives there.
Okay. Sure, I understand. Well, do you like poetry then? And writing too, perhaps?
Sure, a little.
Perfect. Then we'll be pen pals and correspond with each other.
Wait, what?
See you later.
You're gonna write me letters? Hey! Well, that was random. Wait until my father hears about this. And he said he was from Wuthering Heights, Father.
What? Catherine, you know what I've said about that place. If Linton comes from there, he might be working with Heathcliff to hurt our family.
I understand, but shouldn't we see what Linton writes before we condemn him?
I suppose we're in for a few letters anyway. Very well.
Meanwhile, at Wuthering Heights.
Pen pals? That's it? Is this some kind of joke?
But Heathcliff...
Let's get one thing straight, Linton. The only reason you exist is to win Catherine's heart, so that I can get to Edgar. You're just a clone. My clone. And right now you're a disgrace to my DNA.
I liked you better when you had witty arguments with people.
Yeah, I guess my wit's been blunted. From all the years of stark idiocy I've had to put up with from you.
Look, Heathcliff, Edgar's bound to be on his guard after your play for Isabella. I thought I'd have a better chance at this if I used a little subtlety. Just give me a little time. I'll win over Catherine with my poetry and correspondence. And once we're married, you'll have legal claim to Thrushcross Grange. Then you can eliminate Edgar and own both properties, just like you want.
Very well, Linton. But your correspondence had better be spectacular.
Unfortunately for Linton, his correspondence was a spectacular failure.
Let me guess. Linton sent you another letter today?
Unfortunately, yes. Here's what he wrote this afternoon. Is anyone more beautiful than you? Hardly. Not even the flowers that grow in the yardly.
Isn't that the same poem he sent you on Wednesday?
Not exactly. In that one, he wanted to send me a cardly.
Personally, I like the ones where he appeals to your intellect. You know, when he asks questions like, what do you suppose pudding is made of anyway? Or, Why do they keep making apple calls when everyone just throws them away?
Yes, well, whether Linton's working for Heathcliff or not, he's definitely a bozo. I'll write to him and call off the correspondence.
Later, at Wuthering Heights.
Well played, Linton. You've only been pen pals for a few weeks and she wants nothing more to do with you.
She said she liked poetry. What happened?
The more pressing question is, why shouldn't I dispose of you right now? You're of no further use to me if you can't win over Catherine.
Okay, wait. Just wait. I'm gonna go to Thrushcross Grange right now to win Catherine's heart, okay? You can even watch from the bushes. There's no need to do that.
Maybe I should just push the button now. I'm sure it'll be fun, and I've always wanted to do it.
No, really, let's go now. I can do this. I want to do this. I'm your clone, right? Please let me be evil.
Okay, Linton, but this is your last chance to be useful.
Somehow, I get the impression that you're skipping and simplifying large parts of the story.
Listen, that's what really happened. Give or take several months and some really stupid character developments. Do you want to know how this ends or not?
Okay. What happened when Linton visited Catherine at Thrushcross Grange?
That's when things went past the point of no return.
Hi, Catherine. I'm Linton from Wuthering Heights.
I know.
Wow, you're smart. Let's get married.
What? Of course not!
Aw, come on.
No!
Please.
No!
All the cool people marry me.
I said no!
Uh-oh, she's tough. I better go all in before Heathcliff starts getting ideas. Catherine, I'm terribly ill. I need your loving care to nurse me back to health.
What kind of basis is that for a long-term relationship between two strangers?
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm sorry, Linton, but I'm not interested. Stop writing me letters, okay?
But
Plan B, nab her.
What?
at once, Heathcliff.
He just kidnapped Catherine off her own property? How'd he get away with that?
I was just getting to that part.
You know, this Heathcliff guy is really starting to tick me off.
Yes, well. Heathcliff and Linton dragged poor Catherine back to Wuthering Heights, where they locked her in a room.
Let me out of here, you maniacs!
Why, of course we'll let you out, Catherine. Just as soon as you agree to marry Linton.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind? Do you have any idea how illegal this is? No judge in the world would uphold a marriage that was forced under duress like this.
She's got us there.
Emergency conference, quickly! We're dead. We're dead. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, we're dead.
Heathcliff?
You're dead too, Linton. We're all dead.
Heathcliff, snap out of it. So fine, we kidnapped Catherine and things didn't go as planned. There's no turning back from kidnapping, so let's just run with this.
How?
We can ransom Catherine back to Edgar in exchange for the legal rights to Thrushcross Grange. That's what you really want anyway, right? And yeah, it's still illegal, but Edgar won't dare touch us with his daughter's life at stake.
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right, Linton. This could still work. This is a more direct approach anyway. Well done, Linton.
Thanks, Heathcliff. I guess you'll be needing my help after all, right?
Wrong. Wow, that was fun. Too bad I can only do it once.
Now heard of making Spillo now.
So get a dustpan and clean it up, Joseph. Do I have to do everything around here?
Heathcliff made straight for Thrushcross Grange to deliver his ultimatum to poor Edgar.
You know, this day just keeps getting better and better.
Heathcliff? What are you doing here?
I'm surveying my new land, Edgar.
And just what gives you the right to call Thrushcross Grange your new land?
You will, Edgar, if you ever want to see your daughter alive again. She's my prisoner.
No, it can't be.
Oh, yes, it can. So what will it be, Edgar? Your land or your daughter's life?
You black-hearted fiend. What could have possibly made you this cruel?
You made me this way, Edgar. You took my Catherine from me, and now I've repaid the favor. I'm like the Count of Monte Cristo, an anti-hero, taking revenge on those who've wronged me.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? You're nothing like the Count of Monte Cristo. I mean, at least the Count started out as a nice guy before his friends betrayed him. You, on the other hand, have been nothing but a selfish bully from day one. And as for Catherine, she chose me instead of you. You just skulked off and let it happen. Good grief, Heathcliff. I'm sure that was rough for you, but hearts are broken every day and most people move on. They don't devote themselves to revenge and mayhem the way you have, that's for sure. You know what else? Unlike you, the Count made new friends, helped people in need, and even felt remorse when his revenge went too far. You're no Count of Monte Cristo. You're just a petty, malignant little thug.
Well, I can't please everyone. So, are you going to sign over the Grange, or do I have to kill Catherine? Choose carefully, Edgar. I'll do it.
I'll sign.
Good. Let's get you back to Wuthering Heights, where we can make everything nice and official. And if you try any legal trickery, Edgar, I'll kill both of you.
In the end, Edgar was forced not only to sign over Thrushcross Grange, but also indenture himself as a servant to Heathcliff. Catherine moved to Wuthering Heights so that she could be near her broken father. Heathcliff made me stay here to keep Thrushcross Grange clean for his lodgers.
What about Joseph and Hindley's son, Hareton?
I'm pretty sure they're Heathcliff's servants too, and that's where things stand today.
So that's it? Heathcliff is lording it over all these people, and they just take it?
You don't know Heathcliff the way we do. He's like a force of nature. He can't be stopped.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll bet I can stop him. Hey, does Heathcliff sleep in the left tower of Wuthering Heights, or the right tower?
In the left tower, away from everyone else.
Perfect.
But what are you...
Notice, to those who are easily offended or influenced by violence, you should know that Lockwood and Heathcliff calmly discuss their differences. Heathcliff agrees to be less evil, and everything is flowers and chocolates and things. Please stop watching this now. The end.
And for everyone else, here's what really happened.
What's that noise? Huh? What the heck is that? You've got to be kidding me!
Hey everyone, wake up! I think I heard something.
Lockwood arrives minutes later and takes the survivors back to the safety of Thrushcross Grange.
Catherine, Edgar, Hareton, Joseph, that should be everyone.
So it's really over? Heathcliff is gone?
Yep, he's toast.
That's the most intelligible remark you've ever made, Joseph.
Lockwood, how can we ever thank you for this? Well, Catherine, the sun will be coming up soon. What do you say we get breakfast in town?
I'd like that.
Hey, what about me? I'm a pretty good guy.
You're also my cousin, Hareton.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Never mind.
Lockwood and Catherine eventually married and lived out their days happily at Thrushcross Grange. They had many children, none of whom were named Catherine or even Lockwood. Edgar reunited with his sister Isabella after Heathcliff's, cremation? The two siblings traveled the world together, leaving Thrushcross Grange in Lockwood's hands. Hareton inherited Wuthering Heights. He insisted on paying the repair costs personally, noting that the missile attack had been totally worth it. Nellie and Joseph continued to serve their respective households, which remained close friends and allies for many generations.
I've been always ordering canary, you know?
The author made a fortune, ha ha, off this story, but he lost most of it in a class action lawsuit filed by devoted fans of the original book.
This is a complete distortion of Emily's original work.
Heathcliff was misrepresented. He's an anti-hero.
Yeah, like the Count of Monte Cristo.
As for Heathcliff, his ashes were buried next to the original Catherine's ashes, just like he would have wanted, hearty-har. One tombstone is marked stupid. The other tombstone is marked I'm with stupid. To this day, no one has bothered to ask which is which. The end. It's a good thing.